What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back. Welcome back to the AXUMUS with DVNB show. I'm DVNB. This is episode 112, and let's do a recap from episode 111. What I talked about was how me and the family had to move back to Canada for the last part of 1988 and the rest of 89 until the summer started of 89. The reason was the family business, the motel, the business was going pretty slow, so my dad had to figure out a way to keep paying the bank loan, the monthly bank loan that he got for the property. And the most logical thing he could think of was go back to his roots where he started off in America or North America, and make some money up there and keep his dream alive down in Texas. And we kind of ended it where I just shared the story of me being in Canada for first grade until the summer '89. But let's take it back to how the property was tended to and who it was taken care by while we were gone, because it's not like we just shut it down and left the property boarded up for like a whole year almost. So as I had mentioned, very important family that we ran into and met and became very close to in Childress was the Seal family. So my dad and Daryl, they were very, very good friends. I would call them best friends. And so my dad had explained his situation, his business situation to Daryl about how, the business is slow. He's got to make a drastic move to make some money to Canada, but he still wants to keep the property running. And by chance, Daryl was also going through financial hardships as a farmer, and he had a big family to provide for. So my dad and Daryl worked out a deal to where Daryl and his family would stay at our motel, and they would keep the property running, like rent rooms and stuff and maintain the property and clean the rooms and all that stuff while we were gone. And so that's what happened. Daryl and the whole fam, Grace, Molly, David, Danny, Delbert, Bonnie, and their mom Olga, and Daryl as well, they all stayed at the property and took care of the property. And just to make it a fact that you must understand that we were very close to the Seal family, but they only knew us for about a year or so before that, and vice versa. We only knew them for about a year or so before that. And the point of this episode is to show you about true trust in each other, and also giving yourself up for others, as in, Daryl doesn't know anything about the motel business. My dad doesn't really know too much about the motel business except for what he's experienced at the motel for the first few years he's been there. And so the fearlessness in both Daryl and my father is something also that everyone should take note of. Is you want to take everything in life head on. You don't want to keep any doubt within yourself about a new endeavor. If you want to do it, and if you have to do it, you go ahead and do it. You don't think about, well, what if I don't know how to do it, or what if it doesn't work out? You're not going to know that until you do it. And then if you really have some ambition in yourself, when you run into the situation of you don't know how to do it, you're going to figure out how to do it. And, I'm sure it's a very new type of situation, learning experience for Daryl. But, Daryl's a longtime farmer, and he's also done many other businesses and jobs within his lifetime that we all know about. And, Daryl took the challenge head on. And, Daryl really helped us in more ways than one. He helped my mom get that immigration done by sponsoring her as an agricultural worker. about a year before that, and now he's making sure that the property my dad really sacrificed everything for by leaving Canada and coming to America, that he's gonna help keep that dream alive for my pops, and at the same time is helping Daryl provide for his family while we're in Canada for the last part of '88 and till the summer of '89. And you know, that really helped us out, because after that, during '89, for the town of Childress, something, for the town of Childress, something big happened, as in they approved the construction of the building of a state prison right outside of Childress. I know it's prison. I'm not talking about, oh great, we're gonna jail some people, stuff like that. Nah, what that means is there's gonna be more jobs for people in Childress, so that brings up the economy a little bit for the town of Childress, and which it did. There's like small towns all around Childress, 30 minutes away, like Paducah, Texas, Memphis, Texas, Quanah, Texas, Wellington, Texas, Hollis, Oklahoma. So there's all these small towns around Childress, and Childress is also considered a small town. But after the prison started, Childress became like the main hub for all those towns. So everybody will come from those other towns and either work at the prison or even come to Childress to go shopping, because after the prison came, so did the Walmart. So during the summer of '89, when we came back, things started looking up, business started getting better, and that's when everything started looking more positive in our life in Childress. And then I started school again in the fall of '89, which was second grade. And I remember my teacher, Mrs. Madison. She was a very strict teacher, and I remember going to math class, and she taught us math class too. And at this point, I wasn't doing good in school, as in I wasn't getting good grades in school. I was getting like C's and B minuses, stuff like that. And I remember one day, when my brother saw my report card, he sat me down. He was like, "Hey, look, math is simple. Like, this is how you do it. This is this is that." And after that day when my brother had that sit down with me, for whatever reason, I don't know what he said or how he said it to me, but everything clicked to where math was like, oh, this all makes sense. This is not hard at all. So after that, I turned into a big bookworm, and my goal was always to make A's in school, because there was nothing else that within our household we were challenged to do except be book smart, like being good at sports, or trying to be an entertainer, like singing or dancing or being a comedian or all these other things. Like we didn't get taught in our household to strive for that. What we got taught in our household as immigrants was be smart, learn everything in school, and get straight A's. I remember many times I would come home with a 90 or even a 95, and my mom would ask me, why didn't I get 100? I'm sure a lot of immigrant kids can relate to that. Our parents that are immigrants, they really push us hard. They push us real hard to be the smartest and the brightest in school, because they know that education is the key to being successful in life. Not just being educated, book smarts, but just knowing how to apply yourself and learning something and to be the best at it. And I don't know how many people in America are pushed like that. As in, if you're born and bred here, you're gonna hear me say that a lot, American born and bred, because I just feel like people that are born and bred in America, they have a different mentality when it comes to approaching life. So, back to what I was just saying is, I don't know how many people in America, born and bred here, get pushed to be the smartest in school. A lot of people get pushed to be the strongest, the funniest, the most popular, but they never get pushed to be the smartest and the brightest when it comes to education. And this is just my opinion, but I think we're seeing the effect of that in America right now, to where there's like a breakdown in a lot of businesses and industries. There's a lot of times in America where no one wants to take accountability for anything when it comes to fixing a problem or finding a solution to a problem within a business or within the society or the government. So I think that comes from education. A lot of Americans did not push themselves to educate themselves when they were in public education. From first grade to 12th grade, their mind was set on other things like being popular, being funny, being well known in school, being the best athlete in school. And I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this understand that none of that stuff helps you in real life. Being popular, being the physically strongest, being the funniest, none of that helps you. The only thing that helps you is how educated you are within the society you live in. And that's where we're going to end it today. Thanks for watching. This is episode 112. This is AXUMUS with DVNB. I'm DVNB. Stay tuned for the next episode, 113. Thank you for watching. If you like the show, subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.